So maybe every Friday was a bit ambitious. um, a bunch has happened since the last time I posted a video. Last time I posted, the car was out getting the roll cage. Um, it came back from the roll cage. Roll cage looks fantastic. Anthony did an awesome job on it. Really happy with it. Got the car ready to go to Lime Rock. Soon after that, went to Lime Rock. What happened? Right, broke a transmission. Broke fourth gear again. At least at this point, I think I have an understanding of why that happens, so I can take steps to correct it. Basically, because it's all right-hand corners, that in fourth gear the entire time, essentially, except for fifth gear down the front straight. It's just all the oil is getting pulled away from the gear cluster for fourth gear, and it's getting hot and not lubricated. So a couple other things having to do with that, but that's what's happening with that, as far as I'm concerned. So I have some ideas to fix that for next time, for the off season. Didn't do great there. I think it went a minute something, if that. I don't even know what I did there because the car didn't really last very long. And then with the help of some friends, I got some transmission parts and got the transmission back together. We went away on vacation, so when we came back from vacation, I had about 3 weeks to get the car squared away for Palmer, with the transmission getting rebuilt and all the other stuff. So, got the transmission rebuilt, fired the car up on the Tuesday before Palmer. There was a noise coming out of the transmission, so I jacked the car up, I took the transmission apart in the garage with the transmission in the car, and discovered a nosy bearing. So I figured the bearing, it's just a bearing, it's in an oil bath. Get it back together and just, see how it does at Palmer. So Thursday I got the transmission back together in the afternoon, then got the car back up on the trailer, and then went to Palmer. Palmer was a mixed bag. First session out, clearly lost the tune in the car because it was spiking, it was burying the boost gauge. So obviously something was wrong there. So I went out on 15 pounds. Car felt all right. Wasn't great because we had lost the tune, so it was really just dead off the corner. Even though I was making 15 pounds, I just didn't have the timing or the fuel to keep up, to get the car off the corner very well. Also didn't really have a whole lot of front end grip. But my friends Diana, James, and Devin, we discussed, mostly Diana, discussed tire pressures, and Diana recommended going up in tire pressure, so I started at my hot pressure was 33 psi, so I was like, let me set the cold pressure to 33, and set the cold pressure to 33. Car turned much better. I made a little shock adjustment too. I softened up the fronts a click, and then tightened up the rear 2 clicks, I think. But the tire pressure adjustment was great. Got the car turning. She also let me use her laptop, and my tuner Ken sent me a tune. So got the car back going. So the car was pretty hooked up. It was running kind of hot. I matched my best time. I did a 48.5, but I just didn't have it for the Corvettes. The Corvettes were in the 46s, so I just didn't have it on Saturday to catch them. And then Sunday it rained in the morning. I didn't go out in the rain session. I went out after it rained, but track was still wet. I went out in that session just because all my electronics and everything are out in the open, and I didn't want them to get wet, obviously. So did okay with that. I actually was chasing James in his C7 Z06 race car. He was on Hoosier H2Os it was pretty dry out at that point, so he didn't really have any grip at all. So I was able to get around him and try and set a fast lap, which was a fun little battle actually. He was trying everything to do to keep me behind him, even though I don't understand. It's time trial, so it doesn't really matter if he keep me behind you or not. But it was still good fun. It was still a lot of fun. I didn't get it on video, which I'm really pissed off about. And then once the sun came out and the track dried up, he went back to his Hoosiers, and I'm on AO52s, so that rub on every aspect of the chassis and the suspension, so wasn't really great in that realm. Then developed a boost leak. There's clearly an issue with airflow through the intercooler. I have to try and diagnose what that could be, because I keep pushing, either tearing couplers or pushing them off and blowing them. This one didn't blow off entirely, it just kind of like pushed out and just like was leaking boost. So I was down to like, I think like 12 or 13 pounds instead of the 26 that it usually is. So that kind of sucked. And then the session was over, and the day was over because we had a very short day, and that was it. So we got the car on the trailer. All in all, can't be mad about the weekend, considering everything that I had to do to get the car ready for the weekend. Just driving the car on the trailer at the end of the weekend without any issues was a win in that respect. Really, man, I know we were just if I could have just gotten the car to get out there 100%, I think, I would have been, I don't know if I would have been fast enough to beat the vets, but I would have been pretty close, I feel. So, we don't get them next time. We don't go back out till Gridlife in July, so it's now May 18th. So, and I think Gridlife is like the middle or end of July, so I got some time to get some things done. I have to move my seat over because my head's kind of bumping against the roll cage. Try and figure out this boost problem, and then try and nail down some funding so I can get tires and fuel and stuff like that for Gridlife, and still got to try and make GTA somehow. So, work to do as always, but yeah, I'm gonna try and document as much of it as I can, and keep things going as best I can. So that's where we're at now. I'm just gonna go over the car a little bit, and see how that all looks. The car really needs to get washed, so maybe I'll do that this weekend. So that's where I'm at. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, and my Jesse GSX Instagram got hacked, and I got locked out of it. So, you can, try and follow. You can go follow HNEK Racing LLC on Instagram. That's my other page. I was ignoring for the most part because Jesse GSX has been my page for like 10 years. So I'm really bummed about that. Instagram isn't doing anything. So I'm pretty confident I'm not going to have that page anymore. So these people can just post stock tips, which is just absurd. But yeah, okay. Time to just at least figure out what I'm going to do with the car. Make a list and start going over things. Until next time.